Hello, this is Sarah. I'm going to read you Lisa's story today, which goes like this. My parents sent me a $15 used outfit as a gift for my 30th birthday. We're sorry, but we had to use your money for your sister's trip, they texted. She is our top focus. Fine, I said. They keep calling the following day. All right, let's leave. This incident occurred just before my 30th birthday. By the way, my name is Lisa, and I work for this large computer company as an IT professional. It's fortunate that the salary is decent since you'll see why it matters later. My family and I live on opposite sides of the nation. My sister Emma and my dad have returned to Ohio. She is still in college at the age of 21. After graduating 7 years ago, I found this job and went to California. I've never been really troubled by the distance, but as your 30th birthday approaches, you begin to consider inviting the individuals who are important to you. About 2 months before my birthday, I gave my parents a call. The third ring was heard by Mom. Hi, Mom. Listen, I wanted to discuss my birthday with you. Even though my 30th birthday is still a few months away, I truly want you all to attend this special event I'm planned. A brief gap occurred, but it was enough for me to take note. Well, my love, it sounds pleasant. Let me speak with your dad. Although I could hear their background conversation, I was unable to understand what they were saying. She sounded a little apprehensive when she came back on. Lisa, we would really like to come. Simply put, flights are very costly these days. A hasty, don't worry about that, I said. I'll cover all expenses. If necessary, you can stay at my house and take care of your hotel and flights. I have the available space. Well, if you're sure, let me check with Emma too. Later that day, I gave Emma a call. When she responded, she sounded preoccupied. Hi, Em. Have you heard about my birthday plans from Mom? I want everyone to be there. I'm 30 years old. You know, it's kind of a big deal. I mean, if you're paying for everything. Her voice seemed just as unsure as Mom's, as if they were doing me a great favor rather than merely being family. Yes, I am. I'll pay for the entire trip. All you have to do is turn up. All right, of course. Sounds excellent. I experienced a strange knot in my gut after we hung up. They appeared completely unenthusiastic, but I suppressed that emotion. Perhaps they were simply taken aback. Even though I promised to take care of everything, perhaps they were concerned about the expense. Emma gave me a call back a few days later. Hey, regarding the birthday issue. I was considering airfares, but they're too pricey at the moment. That's why I said I'd pay for them, right? But I was thinking, why don't you simply send me the money and I'll take care of it instead of you making all the reservations? I'm really skilled at spotting bargains. I can keep an eye on the prices and buy them as they go down. It could save you money. I considered it for a moment. It would be simpler for me if I didn't have to plan everything. How much are we talking? About $1,500 should cover all 3 tickets if I time it right. All right, of course. It makes sense. I'll move the funds to your account. Perfect. I'll start monitoring prices tomorrow. I sent the money that afternoon, $1,500. Not exactly pocket change, but worth it to have my family there. Emma was right that she was good at finding deals. She'd always been smart about money in college, probably because she had to be. 2 weeks went by, and I didn't hear anything about the flights. I figured Emma was just waiting for the right price. I was busy with work anyway and starting to plan the party itself. I wanted to do something nice, not just cake and pizza at my apartment. I started looking at restaurants. Then Mom called. Hi, sweetheart. I hope you don't mind me asking, but could you help us out with something else? What's up? Well, your father and I were talking, and we realized we don't really have anything nice to wear to your party. We haven't bought new clothes in forever. Everything we have is so old and out of style. We'd be so embarrassed showing up at your fancy party looking like we just came from the farm. They didn't live on a farm, but I knew what she meant. We were thinking maybe $2,000 would be enough for both of us to get something decent. Maybe get our hair done too. The guilt in her voice was thick, like I was being selfish for hesitating. Okay, I'll send it. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. You're such a good daughter. I transferred another $2,000 that same day. $3,500 total now, but it was my 30th birthday. You only turn 30 once, right? And if it made them feel more comfortable coming, then it was worth it. I booked a table at this really nice Italian place downtown, big enough for 15 people, me, my parents, Emma, and a bunch of my friends and coworkers. The deposit alone was $300, but the place had great reviews, and the food was supposed to be amazing. Everything was falling into place. My family would be there, my friends were excited, and I was finally going to have the kind of birthday celebration I'd always wanted, a real adult birthday with everyone I cared about in one room. The day before my birthday, I was running around like crazy, getting everything ready. I'd taken the day off work to handle last-minute stuff. The restaurant confirmed our reservation. I picked up the cake I'd ordered, and I was just starting to feel excited about everything when my doorbell rang. A delivery guy was standing there with this package. "Lisa Martinez, got a delivery for you. Need you to sign here." I signed for it and looked at the return address. It was from my parents back in Ohio. There was a birthday card taped to the top of the box with my name written in Mom's handwriting. I stood there holding this package and feeling confused. Why would they send me something when they were supposed to be flying in tomorrow? Wouldn't it make more sense to just bring whatever it was with them to the party? I brought the box inside and set it on my kitchen counter. The card said, "Happy 30th birthday, Lisa. Love, Mom, Dad, and Emma." Pretty standard birthday card stuff. But the more I looked at this package, the weirder it seemed. I opened the box. Inside was this dress. And when I say dress, I mean this absolutely hideous pink thing that looked like it came straight out of a bad 80s movie. It was shiny, like metallic pink, and the style was just completely bizarre. It had these weird puffy sleeves and this bow thing around the waist that didn't make any sense. But the worst part was the smell. It smelled like mothballs and that musty smell you get in thrift stores, that smell like old clothes that have been sitting around for years. I held it up, and that's when I saw the tag. Not just any tag, a secondhand store tag. And the price was still on it, $15. I just stood there staring at this thing. My parents sent me a $15 used dress for my 30th birthday after I just sent them $3,500 so they could come to my party and buy nice clothes for themselves. At first, I thought maybe it was some kind of joke, like maybe they were pranking me and the real gift was coming later or something. But the card seemed serious, and knowing my parents, they weren't really the pranking type. I called Mom's cell phone straight to voicemail. I called Dad's phone, also voicemail. I tried Emma's number, voicemail. This was starting to feel really wrong. I called Mom again. Still nothing. Dad again, nothing. Emma's phone just kept going to voicemail. I sent Mom a text, "Got your package. Why did you send this instead of bringing it tomorrow? And why isn't anyone answering their phones?" No response. I waited about an hour and tried calling again. Still nothing from any of them. By this point, I was starting to panic a little. Were they okay? Had something happened? Why would they send me this weird dress and then disappear? I sent another text to Mom. "Please call me back. I'm worried about you guys. What's going on with this dress?" 2 hours went by. Nothing. Finally, around 8 o'clock that night, I got a text back from Mom. Just a simple message that made my blood run cold. "That's your 30th birthday present from us. We spent the money you sent on a trip for Emma instead. She's in Hawaii with her friends. Don't be mad. You have to understand that Emma is our priority right now." I read that message about 5 times before it really sank in. They took my money, $500, and instead of buying plane tickets to come to my birthday party, instead of buying nice clothes to wear to my party, they sent Emma to Hawaii with my money. And they sent me a $15 used dress from a thrift store. I sent back, "I understand perfectly." I sat on my couch, holding that awful pink dress and thinking about everything. About how when Emma was born, I went from being their daughter to being the big sister. About how I was always expected to help take care of her, help her with homework, play with her when Mom and Dad were busy. When I left for college in the next state over, I worked part-time jobs and sent Emma little gifts. She was only 11 then, and I wanted her to know I was thinking about her. I sent her books, stuffed animals, art supplies, things an 11-year-old would like. After college, when I got this job, I started making decent money for the first time in my life. And what did I do? I started helping my family. For the past 2 years, I'd been helping my parents with their mortgage payments. Every month, I sent them $500 to help cover it. And Emma's college tuition, I'd been paying for that for 3 years now. The whole thing, room and board, books, everything. She was going into her senior year, which meant I had one more year of payments to make. That was another $1,500 a month during the school year. Plus, I sent them gifts for birthdays, Christmas, Easter, whatever. Nice gifts, too. I'd sent Mom a really expensive purse for her birthday last month, cost me $300. I sent Dad this fancy tool set he'd been wanting, another $200. And this is how they treated me. They stole my money and sent me garbage from a thrift store. I looked at that dress again. Really looked at it. It was so ugly. I couldn't imagine anyone buying it, even for $15. The pink was this awful bright color that would look terrible on anyone. The fabric felt cheap and scratchy, and that smell just wouldn't go away. I took a picture of it, then got up and went in my kitchen drawer where I keep the scissors. I came back to the couch and started cutting that dress into pieces. And you know what? It felt amazing. Each cut felt like I was cutting away years of being taken advantage of, years of being the responsible one, the one who always helped out, the one who never asked for anything back. When I was done, that dress was in about 20 pieces scattered all over my coffee table. I swept all the pieces into a garbage bag and threw it in the trash. Then I made myself a decision. I was going to cancel all the payments, the mortgage help, Emma's tuition, all of it. But I wasn't going to do it tonight. I wasn't going to let them ruin my actual birthday with their panicked phone calls and drama. My actual birthday started out pretty good, considering everything that had happened the night before. I put on this really nice black dress I bought specifically for the party, did my hair, and tried to focus on the fact that I was going to be surrounded by people who actually gave a damn about me. The restaurant looked amazing when I got there. They decorated our section with these white and gold balloons, and the tables looked perfect. My friends started showing up right on time, and everyone was in such a good mood. My coworker Jenny brought me these gorgeous flowers. My friend Marcus got me this funny coffee mug that said 30 and thriving on it. Normal people giving normal gifts to someone they cared about. About an hour into the party, people started asking where my family was. "So, when do your parents and sister get here?" asked my friend Sarah. I prepared for this question, but it still made my stomach turn a little. Oh, they couldn't make it after all. Flight issues. I could see people felt bad for me, but they didn't push it. We moved on to other topics, and honestly, I started having a really good time. The food was incredible. Everyone was laughing and telling stories, and for a while, I almost forgot about the whole family situation. But here's the thing that really got to me. Not one of them called. Not one text. Not a single happy birthday from any of them. My parents, who I'd been supporting financially for years, couldn't even be bothered to send a text on my 30th birthday. Emma, whose entire college education I was paying for nothing. I checked my phone probably 20 times during dinner, hoping to see something, even just a quick happy birthday text, but there was nothing. What I did see was Emma posting photos on Instagram, pictures of her on some beach in Hawaii, cocktails, sunset shots, the whole vacation album. And every single one of those photos was paid for with my money. She was having the time of her life on my dime while completely ignoring my birthday. I was pissed, but I wasn't going to let it show. I started taking my own photos at the restaurant, pictures with my friends, shots of the beautiful cake, group photos of everyone laughing. I wanted to document this night, partly because it was actually fun despite everything, and partly because I had an idea forming. When we got back to my place for more drinks, I posted a bunch of the photos on Facebook and Instagram. Just normal birthday party stuff, 30th birthday celebration with my amazing friends, that kind of thing. Within 30 minutes, I got a comment on one of the photos from my mother. "Why didn't you wear the gorgeous pink dress we sent you for the party?" I stared at that comment for a full minute. The audacity of this woman was unbelievable. She steals my money, sends me a $15 piece of garbage from a thrift store, ignores my birthday completely, and then has the nerve to ask why I didn't wear their gorgeous gift. I replied to Mom's comment with a photo of the dress. I wrote, "Do you mean this dress?" The one with the $15 thrift store price tag still on it. I hit post and went back to my friends, but I kept checking my phone. Within 10 minutes, my friends had started seeing the comments and asking me about it. "Lisa, what's this about a dress?" Jenny asked, looking at her phone. "Did your mom really give you a $15 used dress for your birthday?" Sarah was staring at her screen with her mouth open. I didn't really want to get into it, but the cat was out of the bag now. "It's complicated," I said. "Dude, your mom commented back," Marcus said. "She's saying they spent so long picking it out, and they're disappointed you didn't wear it." I looked at my phone. Sure enough, Mom had doubled down. "We spent hours choosing that dress for you. We're so disappointed you didn't appreciate our thoughtful gift." That's when I lost it. I commented back, "I turned 30 years old today, and you sent me a used dress that cost $15 after I sent you $3,500 for flights and clothes so you could be here." Then I posted another photo, the one I'd taken of the package when it first arrived, with the return address clearly visible and that awful dress inside. My friends went silent. They were all reading the comments in real time. I told them everything about the money for flights, the money for clothes, Emma being in Hawaii with my money, the fact that none of them had even wished me happy birthday. My friends were pissed. Really pissed. One by one, they started commenting on the post. Jenny wrote, "I would never give my daughter a gift like this on her birthday. This is horrible." Sarah commented, "Where are your parents anyway? Why aren't they at your 30th birthday party?" Marcus wrote, "This is the worst birthday gift I've ever seen. You deserve so much better." Within an hour, the post had dozens of comments from my friends and coworkers, all supporting me and expressing shock at how my family had treated me. That's when my phone rang. It was Mom. I almost didn't answer, but I was feeling bold from all the support I was getting. "What?" I said when I picked up. "Lisa Marie, you delete that post right now." Her voice was shaking with anger. "No, you have embarrassed us in front of everyone. How dare you put our private business on the internet like that?" "Your private business? You mean the fact that you stole money from me and sent me garbage for my birthday?" "We did not steal anything. That money was a gift. A gift with strings attached, apparently, since you were supposed to use it to come to my party. If you don't delete it, we're going to have to limit our contact with you." "Oh no," I said, still laughing. "Whatever will I do without people who steal from me and treat me like garbage?" "You're being dramatic." "Am I? Well, here's some more drama for you. Right after I hang up this phone, I'm canceling the mortgage payments and Emma's tuition. All of it." I hung up and opened my banking app. It took me about 5 minutes to cancel the automatic transfers, the mortgage payment that was scheduled to go out next week, the tuition payment for Emma's senior year, all of it gone. I went back to my friends and told them what I'd just done. They cheered. Actually cheered. The rest of the night was amazing. We stayed up until 3 o'clock in the morning, drinking wine and laughing. My phone kept buzzing with calls from my parents and Emma, but I ignored every single one. When I finally went to bed, I had about 15 missed calls and a dozen text messages, all variations of "we need to talk." I sent one text back to Emma, "I don't want to talk to thieves who stole $3,500 from me." Then I blocked all their numbers. Blocked them on Facebook, Instagram, all of it. For the first time in years, I felt free. 2 weeks went by, and I was actually starting to feel normal again. No more automatic transfers draining my bank account every month. No more worrying about whether my parents could make their mortgage payment or if Emma needed money for books. For the first time in years, I was keeping my own money. Then my boss called me into his office. "Lisa, I need to talk to you about something unusual that happened yesterday." I sat down, wondering what this could be about. "I got a phone call from someone claiming to be your mother." My stomach dropped. "She said you'd left your family in a difficult financial situation and that I needed to talk to you about resuming some kind of financial support. She also mentioned something about going to court if you didn't cooperate." I felt my face getting hot with embarrassment. "I'm so sorry, Mr. Johnson. I had no idea they would call you at work. Want to tell me what's going on?" So I explained everything, the birthday party, the money I'd sent, the dress, all of it. He listened without interrupting. When I finished, he actually chuckled. "Well, sounds like you did the right thing. Family or not, nobody should take advantage of you like that. I'm really sorry they bothered you at work. Don't worry about it. And Lisa, if this escalates and you need legal help, we have a corporate lawyer who can assist you. Just let me know. I thanked him and went back to my desk, feeling grateful to have a boss who understood. A month passed after that. I kept expecting to get served with some kind of lawsuit, but nothing happened. I figured my parents had realized they didn't actually have any legal case and had given up on that approach. I was saving so much money now, an extra $2,000 a month that I wasn't sending to my family. I started putting it into my retirement account and was even thinking about maybe buying a house instead of renting. Then one Saturday morning, someone knocked on my door. I looked through the peephole and my heart sank. It was my parents and Emma. They'd flown all the way across the country. I opened the door but didn't invite them in. "What are you doing here?" Mom pushed past me into my living room like she owned the place. "Lisa, this has gone too far." Dad and Emma followed her in without being invited. "You need to leave," I said. "The bank sent us a warning about the mortgage," Mom continued, ignoring me. "They're threatening foreclosure if we miss another payment. You have to start sending money again." "No, I don't. And I only have 1 year left of college," Emma said. "You can't just abandon me now. I need you to pay for my senior year." I looked at her, standing there in my living room, demanding that I pay for her education after she'd used my money to go to Hawaii instead of coming to my birthday. "If you want to finish college, get a job and pay for it yourself." "You're being vindictive," Dad said. "This is about that stupid dress, isn't it? This is about you stealing $3,500 from me and treating me like garbage." "We didn't steal anything," Mom snapped. "We're your family. You're supposed to help family. Help goes both ways. When have any of you ever helped me?" They all started talking at once, calling me selfish and ungrateful, saying I was abandoning my responsibilities, saying I was being petty and vindictive. "If you want to keep your house," I said to my parents, "get full-time jobs instead of working part-time." "We shouldn't have to work full-time at our age," Mom said. "Then lose the house." "I don't care anymore." I walked to my front door and opened it. "Get out of my house right now." When they didn't move, I literally started pushing them toward the door. Emma was the last one out, and she turned around to say something, but I slammed the door in her face. After that, I sat on my couch feeling proud of myself, but still trembling from adrenaline. I had refused to back down. After that visit, several months went by. My parents had certainly obtained full-time jobs, and I was informed by some cousins that they were moaning to everyone about how hard they were working. They were claiming that I had abandoned them and left them in financial ruin to everybody who would listen. Additionally, I was informed that Emma had secured employment. To pay for her final year, she was actually working 2 jobs. She was constantly worn out and no longer had time for trips or parties. Was I sorry for them? Not at all. I kept thinking about that awful pink outfit and the text message Mom sent that Emma was their top concern whenever I felt terrible. But I was doing fine. I was searching for a spot to buy a condo and had saved up enough money for a down payment. Because I wasn't constantly worried about money, I had a greater social life than before. I had even been dating this really wonderful guy from work. On occasion, my relatives would try to use guilt to get me to make amends with my parents. "Lisa, they are family. Do you not feel that you're being a bit too severe? Did they tell you about the dress they sent me for my 30th birthday?" I would inquire. "What dress?" I would then show them the picture of the unsightly pink item with the $15 price tag that I still had on my phone. "They sent you this after you gave them how much money?" $3,500. "It doesn't matter. You're acting appropriately." The problem is, I wasn't being petty or spiteful. For the first time in my life, I was prioritizing me. I had been the one who took responsibility, offered assistance, and made sacrifices for everyone else for 30 years. Well, Mom said that Emma was their top priority. All right. That implied that I was now my own top priority. It felt fantastic, to be honest. I was surrounded by people who genuinely cared about me. My employer, my coworkers, and my true friends all had my back. I also had money in the bank and no family trouble. I occasionally questioned whether my parents and Emma ever gave the outfit any attention, whether they ever understood how offensive and painful it was to send me something so terrible after stealing my money. However, it occurred to me that they most likely saw nothing wrong with it. And that gave me all the information I required to determine if I had made the proper choice.